In 2017, humanity looked up and saw something we weren't supposed to see. We didn't know it at the time, but Earth had just been buzzed by an intruder, a visitor from the deep, silent void between the stars. It came, it saw, and it left before we could even unlock the door. That object broke every rule in the book. It moved wrong. It looked wrong. And it left us with more questions than answers. For years, we thought it was a fluke, a one-in-a-billion cosmic accident. But now, in 2025, it's all happening again. Something else is out there. Something new is diving toward the sun. Only this time, it's bigger, it's faster, and it's not just passing through. Things are about to get even stranger. Let's start at the beginning. To understand why this new visitor is terrifying scientists, we have to look at the first one, Oumuamua. Originally, astronomers thought it was a comet. Simple, right? A dirty snowball from the edge of our own solar system. But upon closer inspection, they realized it had no tail, no fuzzy halo. It was dry. So they said, okay, it must be an asteroid. A rock. But then they looked at the speedometer. Everything in our solar system is trapped in the sun's gravity well. Think of it like a marble rolling around a bowl. To climb out of that bowl, to leave the solar system forever, you need to hit escape velocity. From Earth's distance, that's about 42 kilometers per second. When we clocked Oumuamua, it was doing 87 kilometers per second. That's not just fast. That's, I'm not from around here, fast. It punched a ticket straight through our solar system without even slowing down to say hello. It was on a hyperbolic trajectory, meaning it wasn't orbiting the sun. It was just driving through the neighborhood. But speed was just the first layer of weirdness. This is where things stop making sense. As Oumuamua fell toward the sun, gravity should have grabbed it and slingshotted it around. Physics is strict about this. We know exactly how much the sun should slow an object down as it climbs back out of the gravity well. But that didn't happen. As Oumuamua left, it accelerated. It pushed back. If this object was just a rock, that is physically impossible. A rock cannot decide to go faster. Newton's laws don't allow for extra credit. Something else, some other force, was pushing it. Then came the second layer of weirdness, the way it looked. When we look at asteroids, they're usually potato-shaped blobs. They reflect light consistently as they spin. Oumuamua was pulsing. It got bright, then almost invisible, then bright again every 8 hours. For that to happen, it couldn't be a potato. It had to be extreme. Astronomers calculated it was either shaped like a cigar, 10 times longer than it was wide, or it was a pancake. A flat, ultra-thin disk, tumbling end over end through the dark. Imagine a frisbee the size of a football field, tumbling through the vacuum. That doesn't happen in nature. We don't have a model for natural frisbees in the cosmos. That means it is physically impossible for this object to just be a standard asteroid. It defied the laws of motion, and it defied the laws of formation. It has to be something else. This is the point where the History Channel would tell you it's definitely aliens. And frankly, it's hard to blame them. Let's play devil's advocate. If you were an intelligent species and you wanted to map the galaxy, how would you do it? You wouldn't send big manned ships. You'd send millions of tiny, cheap probes. You'd make them thin to catch starlight for propulsion. A solar sail. That would explain the shape. And that would explain the acceleration. If Oumuamua was a light sail, the pressure of the sun's rays hitting it would give it that extra push we observed. It fits the data perfectly. We even traced its path backward. It came from the direction of Vega, the brightest star in the constellation Lyra. Vega is a young star surrounded by a disk of debris. It's exactly the kind of place where things, natural or artificial, might get ejected. But here's the kicker. Oumuamua didn't transmit any radio signals. It didn't try to talk to us. It just drifted past, like a ghost ship. And if it was alien technology, it was broken. Or maybe it just wasn't interested in us. If Oumuamua was a lonely scout, the universe just sent reinforcements. In 2019, we saw a second visitor, Borisov. But Borisov was boring. It acted like a normal comet. But now we have a third. 3I Atlas. Discovered just months ago by the Atlas survey system, this new object escalates everything. Oumuamua was maybe 400 meters long. 3I Atlas? It's estimated to be 20 kilometers wide. That's the size of Manhattan. And it's not coming from the top of the solar system like Oumuamua. It's coming in sideways. Our galaxy is like a pancake. Most stars, including the Sun, live in the thin disk. But 3I Atlas is coming from the thick disk, a region of ancient old stars that drift far above and below the galactic plane. And this object isn't just from another star, it's from another era. It could be billions of years older than the Sun itself. Right now, it's passing Jupiter, about 5 astronomical units out. By the time you finish watching this video, it will be thousands of kilometers closer. And unlike its predecessor, it isn't hiding. So, is it a giant alien mothership? Probably not. But the natural explanation might be even wilder. What if there are planets out there made entirely of frozen nitrogen? We know Pluto is covered in nitrogen ice. Imagine a solar system where a planet like Pluto gets smashed, hit by a rogue world, shattered into a billion jagged shards. One of those shards, a 20-kilometer iceberg of pure frozen nitrogen, drifts for 1 billion years. It enters our solar system. As it gets close to the Sun, the nitrogen sublimates. It returns directly from solid to invisible gas. This invisible gas acts like a rocket thruster. It pushes the object, accelerating it. But because nitrogen gas is transparent, we don't see a tail. We just see a rock defying gravity. It explains the speed. It explains the acceleration. And as the nitrogen melts away, the object flattens out, explaining the pancake shape. It sounds crazy, an invisible hydrogen iceberg from a dead world. But the universe is crazy. Whether 3I Atlas is a shard of a shattered planet or a silent probe from a dead civilization, it proves one thing. We live in a busy neighborhood. The void isn't empty. It's full of debris, history, and monsters. We stand to learn a lot about how the universe actually works, on a scale so unfathomably more massive than our own minuscule existence. We used to think we were alone in a quiet room. Now we know the windows are open, and the wind is blowing things in, and the next one might not just fly by,